that. Mack.
Been feeling it's possible to defeat every obstacle. No more blowing on tropical, but it's optional. Used to tussle abominable, fell more times than the domino. Yeah, they talking, it's comical. I know when they see me, I do it phenomenal. Hate I do what you tryna do. That ain't me on my dick, I'm just saying let's be logical. I can kick it with ghosts and still keep it genuine, won't do the most. Snake with the team and we toast. How we making it happen and they become ghosts. I'm the pop for the roast. I can cook overnight when I'm linking with foe. They won't beat at my door, cause I'm hustling conscious to run up the scope. Seeking validation, why would I ever? I don't care who don't love me no more. My daughters and son bright, hella clever. And they heart know I got them for sure. All of my real friends, now they family. And I'm good everywhere I go. All of the questions about what I be on ain't none of your business. You ain't gotta know. How you a boss, who you put in position, bro? That ain't a loss, you got food in the kitchen. Your numbers is off, they don't know how I'm sitting. Reaching, I'm brushing it off cause he tripping. How you a boss, who you put in position, bro? That ain't a loss, you got food in the kitchen. Your numbers is off, they don't know how I'm sitting. Reaching, I'm brushing it off cause he tripping. Think I'm from a different realm, know how to stand on my own when they call, put on for the fam. And don't give a damn. They can tell you what they think about me, but can't knock how I stand. Go through with the plan. A lame could never get the upper hand. No, he ain't cut how I'm laying. Joking and playing, but my priorities been intact. I done leveled up, we going ham. You see how them babies smile when they with me. We laughing, never been the wild bay sitting. Just check the homie style, how it fit me. I'm the type of love you give up a kidney. Bubble a bit, I got sources they struggle to get. You ain't focused, then huddle, forget. I'm the palm of the mid, my little bro roll up arm of the pit. Wet clothes, solid, we stick. Hit the booth and I blaze it. Got them sick as a raisin. I've been feeling the maze. Pop out, I'll be laying in. Or the fights and we toast with the team while they weighing in. On a feature then pay the man. I know everything count, but don't know why they rate a bang. I got the trunk going Jackie Chan. We can't fumble the play, we don't do hot potato hand. How you a boss, who you put in position, bro? That ain't a loss, you got food in the kitchen. Your numbers is off, they don't know how I'm sitting. Reaching, I'm brushing it off cause he tripping. How you a boss, who you put in position, bro? That ain't a loss, you got food in the kitchen. Your numbers is off, they don't know how I'm sitting. Reaching, I'm brushing it off cause he tripping. How you a boss, who you put in position, bro? That ain't a loss, you got food in the kitchen.
Never put your dreams before your responsibilities.
Your numbers is off, they don't know how I'm sitting.
I'd rather be the person that won rather than the person that know they can win. At all times. 1K.
What's up, good people? It's your baby J Jack in the building. You know, it seems like every time I want to start, Wi-Fi want to trip or something. It's all good. But it's Thawed Magazine in the building. We got Crystal with us. That's my sis, Thawed Magazine writer. You know what I mean? She do everything. Life coach, write books. Man, you name it, she doing it. What's up with you, sis?
Nothing much. Enjoying this good hot weather down here.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Man, that's same here. And I know we got a special guest with us. I know he enjoying that weather. Where he at right now? He gonna tell y'all where he at. Special guest, the Vicious, Broward County Zone.
Y'all?
What's good with your family? What's good?
Cool, man. You know.
Yeah, man. Let me change this layout. Put you at the center position. So we're gonna say you in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you repping Florida, but right now you where?
Oh, right now I'm in GA, you know, getting it in, doing the music and acting thing.
Yeah, acting. You say acting too?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. You trying to touch it all. I feel you on that.
Man, you know it.
So what you got going on in the acting world? What you got a movie coming up?
Well, I'm doing this web series. I'm doing the soundtrack for it. Right now, no movies. I already knocked out about like 5 movies. I was in a movie with Robert Redford from the Avengers, so it's called Omniboat. It was released like a year and a half ago through like Sundance and everything. So,
okay,
you know, trying to get the residuals popping.
Oh man, yeah, that's dope, man. I'm learning some more things too. I hope the people learning too, and that's what we here for. We here for them to learn a little something. So first off, we want to appreciate anybody for the check in that's gonna listen later, that's listening to the speakers. However you listen on the podcast, whatever you do, might come in a little later, man. However you do it, check out the Vicious. Go to Instagram, Vicious Love. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? Anything he doing, going social support. You know what I mean? Young brother doing some things, man. Like you say, you just touched on acting. He got the music got there popping. So we finna get into more about him. Check him out, see what he got going on more. Right now, just give him a little bit about you. Just tell him a little something about you.
Well, I'm originally from Broward County. Well, I'm originally born in New York, but raised out in Lauderdale, Broward County. Been doing music, I say about since 19. We basically took a break from like music for a little while, came back stronger and a little bit more educated, learning the business side of music once I like hit 26, 25, 26. So when we came back, we made sure we had a plan,
Yeah,
opposed
yeah,
to when you young and you pushing the music, you kind of just want it handed to you. You feel me?
yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, so this time I came with a plan and everything.
Okay, no doubt. That's dope. That's a lot of artists, especially that's good for you to say that for the young artists out there. If they listening, when they
Mm,
listen, um, even if right now you're a young artist, you got a chance to start right now with a plan. Like he telling you. You know what I mean? You ain't got don't wait till it's some years in. You can learn from
mm,
what he telling you right now.
yeah,
So he teaching y'all some free game.
physics.
Yeah,
So I mean, with that brought me a lot of things that came with it. Like I've been offered opportunities with marketing and promotion, which I definitely do it as well with my music. Along with the acting, I do screenwriting. Um, I used to work with DJ Epps, Monday Playhouse,
yeah.
doing artist showcase. I did notice that you had Susie Soprano. I did have her out there one time
Oh, okay. Yeah,
performing.
yeah, yeah. She was on the
So
cover.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
the homie.
you know, um, anything that really has to do with music, around music, I kind of dip and dabble with it.
Yeah. I mean, that's dope too. I mean, like you say, you're playing when you came back into the game, uh, with the kind of touch everything. We know you had the marketing, promoting.
Hmm.
Like we said, we seen a couple. Like you say, Daz, Dillinger, Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ghost. From the Locks. You know what I'm saying? We
Hmm.
seen a lot of the promo. Uh, Tell us how some of that went about. You know what I'm saying? With your planning.
Well, a lot of it is just getting your network game in. Once your network is up there, you can definitely, meet the right people, and they'll introduce you to the right people.
Yeah,
Um, Listen to your music. I don't got co-signs from the game, Sauce Walker, all them, and a lot of them listen to my music before they really, took that route of saying, "Yo, he's dope. Check him out." You feel me?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's all
That,
about pushing your brand, pushing your sound, and you want to make sure that the way you do it, you have a budget. You know,
oh
a
yeah, yeah.
budget, and never stop promoting yourself. Like every day, you should find a way to promote yourself.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like you
Mm.
say, every day.
Every day, every
Yeah,
day. Whether it don't even have to be music. Sometimes it just has to. Anything that like promotes your brand. So like if you on vacation, or if even if you driving, or if you eating, maybe you want to find a way to incorporate what you're eating with what you got going on. Anything, as long as it like pushes your brand, in, that's lit.
yeah. That's real talk right there. Like you say, you never take a day off, and
Hmm.
like even with magazines, especially like they help with the part where you even when you're sleeping, it's still accessibility for a fan to be able to go and look at it. So tell us about some of the ones because I done seen you on some other like platforms. Uh,
Yeah, so I got in the XXL magazine, 2018 with the Migos cover. That was like the December edition. I got in the Grind Report. Um, Anything that really like could push publications, because you want to definitely have your publication write ups and press release behind your music as well. Um, that's like the cherry on top. You feel me? So
Yeah,
like, so if somebody goes and Googles you, it's not just, well, there's a SoundCloud and there's a picture. There's actual write-ups and origins of what you got going on.
yeah, yeah. That's real talk right there. Sis, see
Mhm.
you over there. What you got something? I know you got something cooking over there.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I do. So I'm gonna take it back. Um, I read a couple of your articles. Uh, excuse me. So your first mixtape you pushed out MySpace, and your second was through Dat if I'm
Yeah,
pronouncing that correctly.
Mhm.
So let's go back. So what made you just say I want to be a rapper, an artist, a writer? So at that point in your life, what made you, or what motivation did you have to push you in that direction of becoming an artist?
There was a lot of things that were intricate to my life. Like, a lot of my friends, excuse me, they heard a lot of my freestyles. Besides freestyles, we had beats that I was kind of making too. I don't make beats now, but you
yeah,
know, I was kind of like dipping dabbling with beats and whatever. So it all kind of just intertwined. And I was writing poetry prior to that. So anything with writing and freestyling kind of just been my life. So when I hit like MySpace, because everybody was getting very familiarized with MySpace and putting out music through MySpace. Of course, I put like I think like 10 tracks. Um, got some good reviews and views and whatever, whatever. Then I did Dat Piff, of course. I enjoyed it, you know. The thing is, when I put it out that young, I didn't have like prior knowledge on how to market. I just put it out, so it didn't really do anything. It did something, but it didn't do anything that, you know, at that age when you're trying to get it and get to the next level. Not necessarily that it was a failure, but there was no plan. So that's where I go back to, as I got older, I had a plan with the new
yeah.
music. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope. Like I say, you learn from the early beginnings,
hmm
and definitely good at what I'm saying at what you're doing. You're playing. I see your Instagram numbers up. You on TikTok too?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok, but I got banned a couple times, so I'm on my third TikTok. I'm still learning the TikTok. There's certain things that's like it's worse than like Facebook. They have their restrictions now. That's like
Oh yeah, TikTok real strict.
they super strict. I
You say
I had to learn the
the N
hard
word on
way.
there, they muting your
Oh
sounds.
yeah. Oh yeah. I had to learn the very, very hard way. So they banned me like a couple times. This third one I'm taking it real slow and trying to do what the kids do because the kids can kind of get away with things and they got their numbers up. So I'm trying to follow their remedy. That's what you should do because I mean, um, you know, the new wave is usually who's coming up. The youth, they usually have the remedy of how to get things done. So
Yeah.
you should apply that as an artist as well because the youth basically they got it. So
Hmm.
Right.
anything that's going on, that doesn't necessarily copy their style, but you might want to take a few things and then just merge it into your own. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Right.
Yeah. Oh
So.
yeah. Yeah. I agree with you on that.
Mhm.
A lot of the
100%.
movers and shakers are the youth. Even though a lot of the platforms are built by the older people. When the youth
Mhm.
get into it, they take it over and they take it to another level.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's for people watching who are artists, producer, um, keep doing your thing, but follow up on the youth who's doing it like crazy. Try to find their formula and chop it up and make your own recipe. You know.
Yeah. 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 I definitely agree. Like I say, with your music, especially, you can get some kids to dance to it, man. They'll blow it up.
Oh yeah.
uh,
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And
Exactly.
that's really what it's about because I mean, the number one source of people who are gonna actually purchase your album is kids, or I would say more on the female side. A dude will probably like listen a few times, but a female and a child, they'll definitely like actually purchase your music,
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. And that's one thing that's strange about the game, and it's been that way for years. Is a lot,
mhm.
and even when I was rapping, a lot of times we rap hard or we rap and like for the guys, but the guys ain't
Mhm.
the ones that's gonna be supporting
No.
it.
And they'll give you a listen and they'll be like, good job, and keep it moving. But
And keep it moving.
keep
Exactly.
it moving. But yeah, the kids, the female, they'll actually do their research and go all the way back to like, maybe your first album that wasn't even really,
Yeah,
they'll read an article, they'll purchase merch and all that and good stuff. So that's why
yeah.
that's why they have that term radio friendly. Like
Hmm.
I learned that radio friendly is not necessarily for the fellas or males. It's really for the females and kids. That's what
Yeah.
radio friendly is. So
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. And
yeah.
I was just talking about who I think mastered the radio friendly, but you really don't call it radio friendly because it still go hard. Is Lil
Mm.
Baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you can play Lil
Little
Baby
baby.
sons, and it don't matter what race, uh
Mm-hmm.
age. They can say the words like it's them because he
Mm-hmm.
don't talk from like where the person got to feel like they was gunning at their ops or something. But
Mm-hmm.
when you hear Lil
Right.
Baby, it's like, oh, you see, no matter what, women, white, black, it don't matter. They saying his lyrics like it was them.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's part of, like I say, marketing and promotion. Because like I say, Baby's he can play. You can play almost everything on the radio with him, and you still
Mm-hmm.
gonna say it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So when you writing, excuse me, when you writing, do you think about that? Do you think about a core audience that you're writing for, or do you just write?
I usually just write, and my writing process is a little bit different because most people just write bar, 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 bar until they get to end. I
Mm.
actually start from the end going up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I start from the last bar, then going up,
yeah.
Hmm.
and
Okay.
then yeah, that's always been my process because the last word of your bar is what's really going to capture somebody before it
Mm.
hits the hook,
Yeah,
And then, of course, whatever I write, then I start editing process of what do I keep, what do I take out, what really is going to capture the audience. Do I want to add shock value to this or whatever I want to do? You feel me?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's the first time I heard that writing process. I heard a lot of different writing styles, but I never really heard anybody say they start from the bottom up.
Yeah, we start from the last bar to all the way to the first.
Yeah, and you've been doing that forever. I mean, since you really started.
Um, Not really. I kind of like picked it up when I was in the studio and I was just I was on some Hennessy and you know how that go. And
Yeah.
then for some reason that first bar I was like that should be the last bar. And then I just went from there. And then since then I kind of just kept that formula.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Works for you.
What'd you
Yeah.
say, sis?
So
I said whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's gonna make it
Oh,
happen.
hmm
Yeah. You gotta find your own niche and gravitate
hmm
towards it.
Right.
yeah.
Mm.
Sis, you got what you got over there?
Yeah, so let's talk about some of your accomplishments. Two commercials on 103.5, featured in magazines,
hmm
two-time performers. One of your performance in what 2018 was showcased on Netflix, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, so this was for basically some film that was happening on Netflix. I've yet to see it, released, but
Hmm.
I got paid, so I'm not really tripping.
Yeah, no doubt.
The fact me being in movies, now I kind of understand the process. Like people say, look, this will be in the movie. They don't tell you when it's going to be in the movie because of production.
Yeah,
So,
Right.
my mindset was, oh, this is going to be released, maybe in a couple months. No, it could take years,
yeah, yeah,
So,
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
that's why I wasn't really tripping. But I mean, at the same time, I got paid, so I wasn't. Whatever.
Yeah,
Or they'll
that's
send it out and the name will be changed. I was
Yeah.
watching a I was watching a movie one day and
Mm,
my husband he acting as a comedian. He was like, "Man, that movie looks so familiar." He said, "But it was called something else." And so
mm,
he ended up calling the lady, and she was like, "No, that's it. They just changed the name." So he was
yeah,
waiting for it to come out, and the whole title had
mm.
changed on them. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
so
don't. I
they
never
play
thought
with it.
about that. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So yeah,
okay.
but you got your coin, so you good.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it. I got my coins.
yeah. You never
Yeah, so,
know.
hmm
Well, that's what's up.
Can
Yeah.
y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
can
can
hear
hear you.
you.
Oh, okay. This Wi-Fi look like it's tripping on me. I see circles.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep,
Go ahead.
I
Go
hear
ahead.
you though.
Okay. Yeah, I just catch back in.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, where do you see yourself from your career elevating at this point? Where do you see yourself in the next, say, 5 to 10 years?
Well, I definitely want to get more into screenwriting and, of course, the acting side. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna leave the music because music is
Mhm.
my heart. So, I mean, while I'm doing that actual screenwriting and acting, I am trying to see if I can do more scores and soundtracks.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, anytime your music play in a movie, or if you're doing this, the score or like the anthem,
Mhm.
you getting
Mhm.
paid.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
when
You
you say
set.
when you say score, what are you meaning by that? For those who may not
So,
understand that terminology.
so, so score is basically any background music that that's basically like an instrumental.
Mhm.
So, prime example, I would say Star Wars. When you hear that dun dun dun
Mhm.
dun dun
He got
dun dun dun,
millions.
dun like that's part of a score. That's with the soundtrack. So that's like an instrumental. It has no voice or
Mhm.
lyrics. It's just part of the film. So that would be considered a part of the score.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 That's dope. And you know that's
Hmm.
that's 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 what's great about the music game is especially hip hop wise. If you think about
Hmm.
like Will Smith and you think about Jada Pinkett, or not really Jada Pinkett, but the whole hip hop scene, how it's transferring into music. I mean, into movies, into plays. You
Hmm.
know, it's not a it's a beginning, but it ain't an ending just to do music. You got, like you say,
Right.
you bouncing off of it and other opportunities.
Right.
Yeah. So when you plan on, you say plan on screenwriting. Have you wrote anything like a movie or a book or anything?
Yeah, I wrote a little like 8 minute joint, and I haven't really started production. Um, Only because I'm always like editing it. Always finding way to like make it better and better. So that's just the life of a writer.
Yeah.
Um, you think it's good, and then you read it, and you're like, "This is horrible," and then you start all over from scratch and whatever. So, you know,
Right.
that's why you're really supposed to actually get a couple opinions. Um, you know, I've had one opinion, and like, it was okay, and then I think hearing them say it was okay, I was like, "Oh, okay." Now I'm about to
Yeah.
redo
Right.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
so usually when you're a writer and you're really trying to hear like this is the best piece of work ever.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
And it,
hearing
Exactly. Yeah.
okay.
yeah,
Okay. This thing. That's like the worst thing we can hear as a writer. Is like okay.
yeah,
Right. It was like, oh
yeah, it's
no, this
like
is garbage. Let me start over.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely feel you on that. And
Mm,
like I say, that's part of the whole movie process is because they go through so many hands before it
mm,
actually come out.
yeah, yeah.
So besides movies and screenwriting, what else you plan on, or what do you see yourself doing?
Well, I really do see myself eventually. Once I get you know into the writing and of course movies, I do see myself investing in, of course, the neighborhoods, um, assisting with like building homes and affordable income living and all that. So
Mm.
um, maybe making like building a boys and girls club or something, just something to help the community, you know, because
Yeah.
a lot of times it's good to go back to where you come from to assist it and make it better.
Yes, sir.
I think that's the biggest problem with some artists. Like they'll talk about their neighborhood and like every album, but they don't go back to the neighborhood. And if they're going back, it's just to chill and do like bull. You feel me? It's not to really build and like better it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So that's something, you know, I would love to go back to my old neighborhoods. Like me, I moved around a lot. So I have many neighborhoods that influence me. So if I
Hmm.
could go back to each one of those neighborhoods and build it and make it better, then, you know, I did my part.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. Uh
Hmm.
man. So you got plans? Man, we want to say right now we ain't got, I don't see too many people right now. But if you're listening on the speakers, come on in and join in. Um, and if you listen in podcasts, man, we appreciate you. However you're gonna listen, or however you're gonna watch later. Uh, y'all go and show some support to this brother. He got big plans. He doing a lot of things. He touching a lot of things. He got plans to do more things, and he want to help people too in the process. So them the people you should be supporting. People that got plans to help others. You know what I'm saying? If you helping someone, you know you helping someone that's finna help somebody else. So however you listening, go rock with the Vicious. Go check him out. Go listen to his music. Go to Instagram. I know the Instagram. I say Vicious Love.
A
Like you say,
Vicious Love. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's actually from, because remember I said I wrote poetry. So that's from like a poem that I
Okay,
wrote.
okay,
Yeah. And I
yeah,
just put it all together. It was like A Vicious Love. And it was like a short poem. So, you know, I kind of kept it. I liked it. So,
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
you
No
still
doubt,
dabble
no
in
doubt.
poetry?
Yeah.
not as, no, not, I was about to say not as much, but not really. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. My poetic side is kind of like, it's still there, but it's not something I do like I used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to talk about. We talked about it a little bit earlier about TikTok, but what's going on? Because you got banned from Facebook too, bro.
Yeah, so I
What's
mean,
going on?
you really gotta nowadays, you really gotta watch what you say on Facebook.
What they got
It don't
you?
even, it don't even have to be profanity. You just gotta watch what you say now. Because
Yeah, they put
what
you in
was
jail
it?
quick.
Quick, and it'll be like 30 days,
Mm-hmm.
30 days, or it'll be like 60 days, or we'll see you when we see you. Um,
Yeah.
nah, I actually remember what I got, you know, blocked for, because they were arguing about like the best diss track, and they were
Mm,
like, they said Tupac hit him up, and they were like Ice Cube, No Vaseline, and I said, me personally, I think Ice Cube, No Vaseline was the best diss track, because he already had that long lasting relationship with them, and
mm.
then he basically cut their heads off. And I
Yeah.
think they got me for saying cut their heads off. So
Oh
they was
nah.
like,
Ah.
"You're out of here." It
Yeah.
That's
was like, "You're
crazy.
out of here." So because I
Yeah.
said, you know, Ice Cube, no Vaseline, basically he chopped their head off, because you know, with Tupac and hit him up. Yeah, it was a well known diss track, and it was disrespectful, but it was kind of like it didn't really hit as hard for me, because you know, Tupac and Biggie, they was cool, but it wasn't cool like NWA, where they grew up kind of with each other and they had to, you know, start from the bottom, from the
Yeah.
same neighborhood and everything. This is basically your brother at the end of the
Yeah.
day, and you done made a diss
I,
track. Granted, NWA started it first, but you know,
yeah. I can see where you're
he,
coming from.
yeah. So
Yeah. That yeah, so yeah, that is crazy. I know Facebook do be tripping. I just talked to a homie. She was like, why you what's wrong? She said she in Facebook jail. I'm like, what?
mm,
And she said, I ain't even say nothing. And then I know somebody else, they was talking about like a kink in the armor, and they took it
mm,
as a racial slur and banned them. I say,
Oh wow.
I say, man,
yeah, man.
they little robots or whatever doing that. they will ban you quick with just the way they take the word. It might be the word don't even mean it, what they take it as.
Yeah,
Right.
and this is not the first run in. They got me for something I said back in like 2012. I was like,
Ah, ah,
yeah, but now so now they even going like way back to
yeah, they
like,
going way back. Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're like, we
Yeah.
don't like
Wow.
what you said back in 2012, so we just gonna put you in Facebook jail today. I'm like, like 2012, I didn't even had no sane mind back then. I
Oh
wasn't
man,
mature. Who was
I
really mature? You know what I mean? So, but hey, it is what it
yeah,
is.
it is what it is. I know this guy because we got a Thawed magazine sports group over like 3.2 thousand members strong, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's a private group, and
Mm-hmm.
I just started seeing warnings and bans like from 8 years ago, and I'm like, whoa, that's when we was all bars, everybody was going at it. I said, man, the group
Yeah,
in trouble now because if they going back 8 years, I
yeah.
had to
So
Right.
it's
inbox. Man, I
it
had to
is what
inbox cats like, hey, just banned you or something. He said, yeah, I already know. He wasn't even in the group no more.
yeah. This is
Wow.
this. It's basically the new program they got. You know, it's not even called really Facebook when you log in. It says Meta and whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
So you know, some of the
yeah,
programming that they have is to catch certain words
yeah,
and certain sentences that go
yeah.
together to just be like, this does
Mm,
not follow the guidelines. So
exactly.
it
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is, but it also show you how strong the words, like certain words, is to these platforms.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, even with TikTok, it's certain sounds that when it first come on, if that sound play, it's gonna shoot your video up in views more than coming on silent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
Yeah.
yeah, social media. If you, it's some people that know. Somebody had told me on TikTok, like if you push the heart and copy, you know what I mean,
Mm.
it puts your page on For You page. So it's stuff that they know that they can. There's certain ways to get
Mm-hmm.
around and move stuff around.
Oh, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
even know that.
Uh
Yeah,
oh.
the only safe place is Twitter. To be real, Twitter's the only
Yeah, yeah.
Twitter's the only safe place, and it wasn't even really supposed to be the way it is. Like Twitter was just supposed to like find out what was going on with your day and make new
yeah,
friends, kind of like MySpace or whatever. But they done
yeah.
took Twitter to a whole new level. I don't know
Oh
if
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah. I'm on
Twitter's
Twitter
like
too, but they don't mess with me on Twitter too much. But but
there's a
Elon
whole new
Musk done
level
got
on
a hold
Twitter.
of it too. So yeah, it really took off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Twitter is,
Definitely.
I mean, and plus when you hit Twitter, you never know. You can put a little words out, and next thing you know, they telling you it done reached this, that person. 100 people done
Mm.
seen it or something. You don't even know how it even really floated out there.
Yeah, it's like the
Wow.
keywords. People like searching keywords, and then
Yeah.
it becomes trending or something like that. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly. So each platform. So with each platform, um, we know it's different routes and different ways to use them. Which
mhm.
platform do you like to use the most?
um, I like to use the most. I want to say Twitter, only because I can just talk about whatever. I can say whatever,
Yeah.
and I mean, which is not a good thing because people could go back and look at my Twitter and be like,
Uh-oh.
this Negro lost his mind. but but it's like,
Yeah,
I like to say the free speech, but I also like to say free speech also comes with consequences. People don't
true,
realize
true.
that, you know.
Yeah.
Just because it's free speech doesn't mean it doesn't come with consequences.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta be careful what you say sometimes. So
That's true. Because you got the Twitter police too. It's police on there go back and screenshot you or bring it up
hmm
later after you done blew up and be like, look what he said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So like you
you
said,
know,
it can be consequences.
yeah, there's consequences for your free speech. So
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Sis, what you got
mhm.
over there?
So we can go back to your music
Mhm.
for your 2022 album.
What was that?
Come
I
in
couldn't.
on me.
Oh,
Can
okay,
you
I
hear me
can
now?
hear you now. Yeah, I
Oh,
hear you
okay,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my phone had went to ringing.
hmm
But
Okay.
yeah, so what I was saying is, with your album now, I see you have some. features.
They keep calling.
Yeah,
They trying to get in touch. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear me.
Yeah, I hear you
yeah, we
now.
can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's trying to bust through. So what I was
I know
I
that
got the
feeling.
gist. I got the gist of what she's saying though. But
Yeah,
the new album that I'm working on, uh, it's it's not more so. It's not like really an album. It's more of a mixtape. But the good part about it is I'm working with DJ Apps, so I'm gonna like drop a mixtape with DJ Apps,
yeah,
and I already got 2 tracks that's already released that's gonna be on that mixtape. So you know, um, we got I want to say about I already got about like 20 tracks that I completed, but there's only 5 songs that I really like so far that I really want. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's
I know
usually
how I
like
go.
that. Yeah, so right now I got 5 songs that I'm really okay with, but like there's 20 tracks that's completed right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And DJ Epps, when did you start working with him? I seen something else you had with him too.
yeah. I started working with DJ Ups. Um, I want to say 2019, 2018. We started doing the Monday nights at Playhouse. We did like, basically having artists come through on Monday night as industry night. And I
Yeah,
helped with, them same artists coming through to host on that Monday night, get them like a section and bottle. So, it was dope. Like, and as I mentioned, because I noticed the flyer with Susie Soprano, I remember I had Susie Soprano out there.
yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
she killed it.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Susie
Shout out to
Soprano.
Susie, no
Yeah,
doubt.
so um, yeah, so that relationship, it's still going. So we just working.
Yeah. Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Sis, you there?
Hmm.
Is you back? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? I don't know. You might have to refresh.
Yeah, I think she has to refresh because she can hear us, but I don't think she can. We can hear her.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
So you might have to refresh it. Yeah. Okay, there she goes. She finna refresh it. So
Mhm.
we're gonna continue on. Um, now with all the things you got going on, how do you manage it all? Like, you traveling, traveling, mixtapes, writing scores, movies, trying to, what I'm saying, all the plans you got going on. How do you manage all of it, to keep all of it fluid?
Honestly, I was gonna give you like the most educated answer, but in reality, I don't. I don't know how I'm managing. I need help, bro.
Yeah.
I
I feel
was
you.
about to be like, well, I do this, time management, but to be real,
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm doing it. I'm just doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just doing it to be real. Like,
Yeah.
when it's something you want, you're just gonna do it at the
Yeah.
end of the day. When it's something you really want, you're just gonna do it. No questions
True.
asked.
Yeah.
You're not gonna, and it's just like I don't want to say it's like work because some people really don't like to go to work,
Yeah.
and it's something they don't want to do. But when it's like your passion, you'll wake up and you'll be like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that
Hmm.
and I'm gonna add this and I'm gonna do that, So
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah,
I
so
definitely feel you on that.
mhm.
So yeah, you just kind of, it all just comes and you just, let's go, let's do this.
Yeah, I just let's go, let's do it. No
Mhm.
questions asked. Just let me get to it because ain't nobody gonna do it for me. You feel
True.
me?
So
And the people who do it for me, I mean, they could do it for me, but they're probably gonna charge me 10 times more than me doing it for myself for free.
yeah, yeah. So what you saying that with you saying that you don't have a team like a manager or anything? Is it you by yourself?
No, 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 no. I mean, I got like a team, I guess you would say, but like in regards to like manager,
Yeah.
um, I feel like in this stage, you should gain how to actually manage yourself.
Mm-hmm.
because when you have a manager, it's because you have things that's just flooding your plate. Like,
Yeah.
yes, there's some things that's kind of like flooding, but I got it under control.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to like manager, um, because I actually managed a few artists,
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
and did artist development. So, and there's just like with manager, you want to make sure that you have something to manage
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, that's basically when your plate is flooded.
Yeah.
You also want to make sure that there's that 15% or whatever y'all negotiate. Um, and people don't realize your manager is not your booking agent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you want to go ahead and get a booking agent and other things. But I mean, as for me, no, I don't have a manager.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily looking for a manager as of yet. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, at some point, there's gonna be too much on my plate where it's like, okay, let me get a manager. But as
Yeah.
of right now, I kind of have everything under control. Um, I have everything set on where to go, how to do it. It's just, like I said, I was gonna give you that educational answer where it's like, time management. This is how I'm getting it done. I don't know how I'm getting it done. It's my will to just get it done. So we'll
Yeah.
just leave it at that.
Okay. I feel you. I feel you.
That's what's up.
It made me think about my one guy, my cousin. He said, "Man, I be trying to watch it sometimes, but y'all questions, y'all educational in this and that." When you said education, I'm like, "Oh, maybe we is too
Yeah,
educational."
I mean, I think that's just what people would interview in general.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of people try to be like top notch educated and they're not being real. And because
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
being real, they kind of fall into that, okay, I had this interview, I was like this, so I gotta continue to be like this.
Nah. Nah.
Nah, nah.
Just be
I'm
you.
gonna keep it, I'm gonna be me and I'm gonna keep it 100. So like when
Yeah.
you ask how you getting all this accomplished and I don't know. I'm just doing
Yeah.
it. I'm just
Hey.
doing it. It's
Hey.
something I want.
Hey,
My
bro.
will told me to get it done.
And that's all you
Right.
can do. When we ask them
Yeah.
kind of questions, or we trying to poke and pry, you just
Hmm.
be yourself. You know what I mean? That's how you
Yeah.
tell anybody, like you say, you be yourself. You don't formulate something that you just trying to, that ain't you. So you
Yeah.
keeping it
Yeah.
100 on that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Since you back with us?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah!
I don't
I'm
think you.
back in the building.
Yeah, back in the building. I don't think you heard the answer, but he answered your question. That I don't know if you didn't get a chance to hear it though, did you?
No, I heard a little bit of it. So I'm cool with the answer he gave me, but to add like a second part onto that, how do you feel like when you collaborate with people, how do you feel like that kind of enhances the song or adds value to it?
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily, um, you know, adding.
Hmm.
It's more so like when you do collaborate with somebody, um, it's kind of, as you said, enhancing, but I don't want to say like adding because then it kind of just like that word adding and make it feel like if they wasn't there, it wouldn't do nothing.
Yeah,
Right.
Um, but um, I see it as when you collaborate, it's good because you kind of like tap into their fan base, they tap into your fan base,
hmm
and it just builds.
Hmm.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I mean, with me, when I collaborate, there's got to be some type of chemistry though, because like even with my features, if you listen to some of my features, it's like there's some type of chemistry, like whether I met them, whether I just love they sound and it goes with my sound. There's some type of chemistry where like it connects and it makes sense. Um, I say that because there's some music I hear and people collaborate and it doesn't make sense,
yeah, yeah,
Right.
you know? So
yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
has
Like
to
they wasn't on
match.
the same page.
yeah, they wasn't on the same page. And that
Singing
comes
two
from
different songs.
a lot of that comes from like people not really clicking up and meeting in the studio. Like like back in the
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
People just send you the song and then you do your thing, send it back. We'll mix and master it and we'll get it done. Now, I mean, I've done that and it worked, but I already had some type of, relationship and whatever. So I knew what their mindset was. But when you actually meet up with somebody in the studio, you kind of get a taste of where they're coming from. And, not that you mimic what they're doing, but you kind of match that same energy and level because
Yeah.
you right there and it's visible to you to see what's going on.
True.
Right.
Yeah. And
Oh,
that's
that's
all.
good.
That's like you mentioned about the game, how it changed compared to
Mhm.
back in the days where they had to be in the studio together. You just
Yeah.
email somebody the sound. So it's quicker. It's pros and cons to it. Basically, like you said, it's pros
Hmm.
and cons.
Yeah. I mean, it's better. Me, I say it's better because, like me, I have my own cameraman. So when we in the studio, we already got some, pictures or behind the scenes camera work of us doing our thing.
Yeah,
And what that does is you can always put that on your website or wherever you put it, and just like long after the song is released, be like, okay, we're not done promoting. We have behind the scenes or whatever. Or if you want to sell it as an NFT or whatever,
yeah,
um, that's why like a lot of my like single covers, my cover art, the edits of what it would have been and what it is, I kind of
mm,
keep because with this new NFT, you could sell that old, edit and be like, oh, this is the alternate version,
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. So you up on all of that. I was gonna ask you about that too when you mentioned NFTs and like how the whole game changed. And I think Snoop Dogg got like the first NFT album, Death Row, when he got Death Row back, and I think he was selling
yeah.
it. He was selling it through Ethereum. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, he was selling through Ethereum. So it was like I don't know if you had one full Ethereum, that's like $300. I forgot what the equation was, but it was quite a bit of dollar bills for one just to get that album.
Yeah, well,
Oh
that's what
wow.
you got to be a real die-hard fan for that 300 though,
Yeah, you ain't lying.
But I mean, he know what he doing because I mean, as
Oh
soon as
yeah,
he acquired, I don't know if people know this, but like, as soon as he acquired Death Row, if you tried to like listen to like some old albums that were on Death Row, some of them songs are missing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so some people don't know that. Some people don't realize it. Not a lot of people listen, go back and listen to certain old albums, but like certain old albums that were on Death Row, if you like try to go back, there's certain songs that's missing.
yeah. Cause he
Uh,
acquired the label. He ain't, a lot of the publishing he ain't get. He's
yeah,
like Chronic and,
I,
and
I was just
yeah.
about to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep. It's an interview we did with Alicia Choice,
yeah. Hmm.
SKG. She was with Death Row, and I think we touched on that a little bit too. We interviewed her like last month.
Hmm.
She was with Death Row. She on Tupac's Until the End of Time, which had touched 4 million. She had just got her platinum plaques. So
Mm.
yeah, we interviewed her. So she is one of the ones. She just performed in Coachella. So she been on Thawed magazine interviews, and like I said, we touched on that Death Row whole a lot of them dynamics, and especially about Snoop.
Hmm.
So like you said, people understand that even though you got the label, everything don't come with it just because you got the label. You got the naming
Exactly.
rights.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yep.
I was just
So
watching. That's funny because I was just watching the interview with Snoop, and I was just thinking because like one of my favorite albums, I still got it till this day is Doggy Style from
oh
Snoop,
yeah, classic.
and so like he kind of influenced my like laid back a little bit, even though
Mm-hmm.
I have other influences, but a lot of my laid back smooth sound is from Snoop. So like,
Mm-hmm.
I always had this thing I'm gonna get a feature from Snoop, and then the interview, he was like, "It's 250,000." I was like, "Well, I'll never get that.
Woo!
I'll never get that interview. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I ain't got it."
Yeah, he threw a
And
heartbreaker
if I,
out there.
yeah, if I had it, I don't know if I'll do it. But that's
Yeah, not for
250K.
250.
And then he said the video is 250K as well. I was like, "Well,
Oh
damn,
no.
this is a whole half
Ooh.
a million
Ooh,
just to get
half a
Snoop on
meal for one little thing.
it."
Yeah, he ain't
Man,
gonna
I
get
don't
nobody
know.
on the track but Warren Buffett.
Okay.
Nah, but but shout out to Snoop, man. He's getting
Yes.
that money,
Oh
man.
yeah,
Somebody's
OG.
paying because Snoop, as much features he got, somebody's paying.
Yeah,
So hey.
yeah. Cause I mean,
Yeah,
he know his value though. He know that
yeah,
250.
yeah,
You probably if you put it out right and you market it right and your name right, you're gonna probably make that 250 back if you do it,
yeah.
right.
Oh
Just
yeah,
with his
oh
name
yeah.
on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
cause
gonna take off.
definitely.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Snoop, who is somebody like you see either now or in the past, like you might have been
Oh really?
motivational or that you would like to have been on the track with, featured on with
I would definitely rock with Ghostface Killer
Ghostface. Yeah.
from Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh
But
yeah.
then again, I would rock with everybody on the Wu-Tang Clan, to be honest. But like
Yeah.
Ghostface Killer, oh yeah, like that's the dude right there. Um, Scarface and yeah, definitely Scarface and Jeezy. You know, Jeezy.
Oh yeah, Jeezy is dope. I'm a Jeezy
Yeah,
fan.
they all had their little sprinkle on making vicious style. So
That's what's up. Most
yeah.
definitely. Mm. So
Mhm.
how do you generate new ideas?
Um, that's a good question. I just, a lot of times it's just being outside. Being
Mhm.
outside, to be honest. Being outside, I just notice people and notice my surroundings, and I try to think, maybe the opposite of what would happen if this happened, or, um, you know, sometimes I'll pick up a book
Mhm.
that helps as well. There's certain books like, excuse me.
Mhm.
One of the books was the 50th Law that I read with Robert Greene and 50 Cent. I enjoyed that book. Um,
Okay.
you know, there's a lot of autobiographies that I checked out from like rappers
Mhm.
as well. Like Prodigy has a book that I checked out.
Mhm.
Fade to Black, you know, um, the 48 Laws of Power, uh, the Art of War. So a lot of that.
Mhm.
Sometimes I get inspiration from that, and sometimes I just get inspiration from just being outside and just
Right.
seeing my surroundings and such.
Cause those some good reads you just named off. I have a couple of those in my little library here. I'll pick up a book
Okay.
and get it. And Rick Ross, he have a pretty good book as well too.
You know what?
Yeah.
I wanted to go check that book out. I just never had the chance to go get it or pick it up.
Mhm.
That and then I think Gucci Man had a book, and yeah, Gucci Man had a book. Rick Ross, and then from the Wu-Tang Clan, Raekwon, from
Mhm.
Staircase to Stage. I want to check out. Those are three books that I definitely want to check out.
Okay, that's what's up. Well,
Yeah,
like I say, you
Yeah.
already got some good ones in your
Yeah.
archives already. So yeah, just to add
uh
those too. That'll be what's up.
yeah,
Yeah. I heard y'all talking
yeah.
about books. I don't know, the internet was messing with me this time. I
It's all good.
yeah, I think one of my best books, DMX book was awesome read. You know what I mean? His whole journey too. It was something that I advise everybody to check out.
No, I'm gonna definitely check that out now.
Yeah,
DMX is
DMX.
my
Yeah,
That's my
I didn't even
guy.
see
That's my
that.
guy right there, man.
Yeah, I
I
remember reading
rock
his
with
book. I
X.
think over 10 years ago.
Mm,
And it detailed one where he was talking about how he used to rob with no mask, and I guess somebody else was robbing too, didn't that looked like him, and a guy and his whole family walked up to him and accused him of robbing him. He said, I know what I did. I ain't do this one." Say they beat him bad. I just wired his jaw, and that's how he got kind of like
mm.
that DMX sound after his jaw got they beat.
Oh, it's messing up on
Oh yeah,
us.
he froze up.
Yeah, yeah, it'll come back. But we can keep
Mm,
on talking though.
yeah.
So on the
Yeah, this
business
part keep tripping.
aspect. Oh, okay, you back. Okay, go ahead.
Mm.
You back, bro?
I think he
Go ahead,
died, but it
sis.
froze
Yeah,
up
the
again.
internet.
Oh, there you
Hey,
go. There
hey,
you go. There
man.
you
Oh.
go.
I didn't know. Oh, we playing double dutch like you bagged and nah, okay.
Mm,
So yeah, on the business aspect of it, like always, I love to ask this question because we all know that it's like 90% business and maybe 10% talent. So how
mhm.
do you feel about that, or how do you kind of navigate the 10% talents to bring you to 90% business or the revenue side
It's.
of it?
I mean, as of late, I used to say that, but as of late, it feels
Mm-hmm.
like it's like 95% business and then 5% talent. But
Mm-hmm.
it's cool. It's something that's just a game. You just got to learn to adapt and whatever. Um, Me, I enjoy just learning about the business because at some point you're gonna be at an age where you're gonna be in the background and you are the business. So
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. I rock with that.
Right, right.
So
That's what's up.
yeah.
Yeah, it look like I
Okay.
gotta fight through technical difficulties. Can y'all hear
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
me?
good. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay, okay. Yeah, go ahead. I'll catch back on what you had, sis.
Oh no, I was just we was talking about the business and the talent aspect of it, percentage wise. So he was just kind of giving me his take on that as well. But we can bounce back to like your screenwriting. Do you like to write reality? Is it more fiction, nonfiction, action?
I kind of like the crime drama aspect. Um,
Mhm.
but I mean, I'm getting more into fantasy as well. That's because me, I enjoy a lot of anime, Japanese anime as well. Um,
Mhm.
from old school to new school. I feel like some of their stories is just like, besides the ones that's obviously fantasy, but some of them are like very surreal. Like, you know, they'll have some like crime action, and it's like, damn, if they made a real life movie about this would be like really good. So
Mm.
like,
Right.
I feel like the Japanese writers, they put a lot of passion into, not to say
Mhm.
nobody else, but I feel like from my views and my opinions, I gotta be careful because I don't want no future writers out there be like, man, we'll never work with him. Nah, it's just,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
Right.
I don't feel
it,
you.
yeah, but no, like a lot of the Japanese, writers, I feel like they put a lot of passion and heart and soul. And that's just from not just viewing, but some of the reads that I've had, like, the Hargake, which is like a book on the way of the samurai that I read. It was just like poetic and
Mhm.
passionate, and it just full of knowledge on how to live your life in like modern times. Even though
Yeah,
it's like
Mhm.
the way of the samurai, but it's like modern times, how to live your life and be a better person, you know?
mhm,
So
yeah. Sound
Yeah,
like
you like the second
it.
person I heard say that today too.
Yeah.
They interviewed somebody on the Breakfast Club this morning, and they were saying the same thing about how the Japanese stories are more, more
yeah, yeah, it
more.
just it has that touch to it,
Different
like
feel.
just yeah, that different feel. Like they go all the way in, but
Yeah. So you're a fan of your anime guy too?
yeah, 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 Dragon Ball Z and all that, Dragon Ball, Yu Yu
Yeah.
Hakusho, all that good stuff. Even some of the new stuff too, I watch. Um, Demon Slayer and all that. Like I watch all of it because it's like it it just has good storyline. It's good story,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
Um, so and that's
yeah.
that's basically it is. That's what it is. It's like if you have a good story, I'm tapped in, whether it's Japanese or not. But it just so happened that those Japanese animes and certain films, they have like really good
Oh
touching
yeah,
stories
yeah.
and whatever.
Oh
Right.
yeah. My kids, I used to mess with them. You don't call it a cartoon.
Yeah, don't call it
Don't
a
do that.
cartoon. Them kids will jack you up. Don't call that no cartoon,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
You
don't do
know,
that. What up? Shout out to you, said much love to you. Say God bless.
yeah.
Got a
All right,
couple
for
people
sure.
joined
Shout out to
in
you,
on
Zed. So
the
like, and with my screenwriting, some of my influences are like, Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese, Frank Coppola. I think I jacked that up. Who did the Godfather? You
yeah,
know, so um, some of them are like kind of the main influence in writing. Mostly Quentin Tarantino. I just like how he synchronizes his scenes and everything. He
yeah,
might start it from like the actual ending to like the middle and then beginning or whatever,
yeah,
and it just
yeah,
all solidifies. And yeah, I like I
yeah.
like I like his writing. I enjoy his
It's
writing.
a lot of inspirational back in the like how the kids might say in the past,
Hmm.
but a lot of things that they don't have. Like now you got a lot more technology, so you got a lot more running gun
Hmm.
uh compared to what say like John Singleton might have been able to use, but them guys was, if you watch them and you able to see it and the technology that they didn't have and was still able to
Hmm.
paint them kind of stories, it's definitely inspirational now that you got that kind of
Oh yeah.
technology to be able to use. But you can't just run and
Hmm.
gun it. You gotta use it, your thinker, like you said, how to clip this and how to clip that, make this, think about what the people want to
Oh
see.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other person who was the director for Star Wars, it was like Lucas or something like that.
Lucas, yeah, John, what is not John Lucas? What is his name?
I
Uh
don't know.
Man, I can't think about no Lucas.
Yeah, but like, if you want to talk about how he synchronized, just imagine he had that Star Wars come out in like the 70s,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even like the first part. It was like basically towards the end, and then towards 2000 he had the beginning of it, where he had more ways to be like, you know, with the green screen and everything. So he
Mm-hmm.
just went all the way into detail. So like
Man.
those type of writing when it comes to fantasy and crime drama, it's like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
gotta tip your hat, you
Oh, you
know?
gotta tip your hat, like I say. And
Mm-hmm.
right now the crime drama is really so much. If you go to podcasts, a lot of podcast sites, I mean, they own there. You can listen so many podcasts about dramas and thrillers
Mm-hmm.
and murder crimes, real life murder crimes from back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Right.
it's so much of it out there because it's a
Mm-hmm.
whole fan base wanting to listen.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah,
podcasts, so
definitely.
you already know what
Mm-hmm.
movies do.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. For sure.
Yeah,
For
we ain't gonna
sure.
hold you up, my brother. We in an hour and 3 minutes right now, and it's been a pleasure
Mm-hmm.
talking to you. You know what I mean? But before
Oh
we
yeah.
leave, you know what I'm saying? Tell the people or tell your supporters, you know what I'm saying, how they can find you. Tell them how you feel about your supporters. Just let them
Mm-hmm.
know a little something.
Well, y'all can find me on Instagram. That's A Vicious Love all together. You can find me on Twitter if you trying to see my uncut side. That would be vicious underscore mind 89. Um, YouTube would be the vicious. Uh, you pretty much go on Google and put the vicious. Now, first thing I'll probably pop up is the YouTube. Now, so you definitely go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. I need that.
Mm-hmm.
So subscribe and follow the Spotify because new releases, or if you got Apple Music, whatever platform you use, just make sure you follow because we always release some music, and music is always worth the wait. If
Yeah,
we have to wait, but we always releasing, so
yeah, no doubt.
definitely, definitely shout out to Thawed Magazine.
Much love.
Shout out DJ Apps. Shout out Tampa Mystique. Shout out my boy Kizzy, Razor, Knowledge, the whole Venom mob. If I ain't, mention you, no stress. Don't worry. You in my heart. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
no doubt,
yeah,
no doubt. That's 100.
mm,
Sis, you got
yeah.
something before we leave?
No, actually, I don't have none this time. I enjoyed the interview. It was very interesting, and I learned a couple of things as well along the way. But keep grinding, keep shining. I'm gonna keep following you, seeing what's next. Keep listening to your music because it's hot, it's dope. I listened to about 4 or 5 songs today, actually driving home. So I'm just waiting to see what's next. I'm gonna keep looking for you.
All right.
No doubt. We're gonna keep posting about you and we riding with you. So that's what it is, man. We appreciate your time. We know you're a busy man. And we appreciate anybody that's watching, the watching speaker, however you watching. We got a couple of likes. We seen a couple people pop in and out. So we know we see y'all and we appreciate y'all. However you listening, however you gonna watch. If you're gonna watch it later, we appreciate it. However you do it, man, it's love. Because everybody busy. You know, we all got worlds, got lives, you know, jobs and everything. So however you rock with us, man, we appreciate it. You could have did anything in the world and chose to rock with us. So salute to y'all for that. Y'all rock with the Vicious Thawed magazine. Hope y'all play it, listen. You're gonna learn some things. We had a deep conversation. I mean, his brother is trying to do a lot and he's working for a lot of things and he's not working just for himself. He got people he helping, he got a crew, you know what I'm saying? He's not just about himself. So you see that. Y'all supporting, show him some love, go on his Instagram, do any way you can. Just show him some love, give him a like, you know what I mean? Whatever, anything can help. You know what I mean? You never know how far that can go. So shout out to you. The Vicious, you got anything you want to say before we get out?
No, not at all, man. Just peace, love, and rock and roll. I always wanted to say that peace, love, and rock and roll, but nah, for real
I
though.
thought you were gonna say soul.
That too, peace, love, rock and roll, and soul,
Soul,
all that good
the
stuff.
soul train.
You know, however y'all living, just live y'all life. However y'all living, don't worry about what's going on for tomorrow. Try to live for today. Don't worry about yesterday. You know, just
100.
keep it moving,
All
keep
right.
riding that.
No doubt, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Man, salute. And anybody that's gonna
Salute.
listen, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, when y'all listening, you can listen while you on the go. Cause I know a lot of people like to do that nowadays, man. And we salute y'all however you doing it, man. Showing y'all love the same way y'all showing us love. Much love to y'all. And we finna get on up out of here. Shout out to you, the Vicious. Much love to you, brother.
All right.
Salute.
Peace.
Peace.
Salute.